The novel Jamaica Inn, we find the main character, Mary Yellen, leaving her childhood home after the death of her mother. She is going to her mother's sister to live with her and her husband, Mary's uncle Joss, the owner of the inn. Once at the foreboding coaching inn, Mary meets Jem, Joss's younger brother, who she saves from being hung by the rafters just below the room her uncle and aunt left her in. Mary realizes that the inn is more than it appears. She tries to get her drunk uncle to confirm her fears that this is a hideout for shipwreckers. People who purposely shipwreck ships onto the rocks, kill any survivors as they steal the plunder that washes ashore with them. Mary gets to know Jem better after spending a day in town with him on Christmas Eve. He sells a horse he stole from Squire Bassat to his wife, then offers to buy gifts for Mary and to spend the night at an inn with her. She refuses, and when Jem goes to get the horse and carriage, he never returns. Abandoned, Mary is found on the side of the road by Vicar Francis Davy in a hired coach. He offers Mary a ride back to the inn and tells her that he has been about the king's business and they are planning on patrolling the coast to stop the wreckers from wrecking ships. He leaves at the crossroads to use his coach the rest of the way to the inn as he walks to his destination. Not long after departure, the coach is accosted by her uncle's wreckers. They nearly rape Mary but stop and force her to go with them to shipwreck a ship. Mary is locked in her room at the inn afterwards. Jem discovers this when he goes to talk to Mary. He helps her escape. Mary tries to go to the vicar but he is not home, so she leaves him a note, then goes to Squire Bassat's estate. There Mary encounters Mrs. Bassat, who she tells of the shipwreckers and her uncle's part in it. Mrs. Bassat tells her that her husband already has the evidence to arrest all of them and is on his way to do so. Mrs. Bassat has her carriage take Mary back to Jamaica Inn, but she gets there before the squire and his men. She discovers her aunt and uncle murdered. The vicar arrives, offers Mary refuge at his home. She awakes the next day and while looking in his desk drawer, she sees a picture he has drawn of him as a wolf and his parishioners as sheep. Upon realizing Mary knows him to be the true head of the shipwreckers, he takes Mary hostage. He kidnaps Mary and drags her across the moors to a ship that will take them to Spain. Jem and the squire lead the search and finally find them. Jem shoots the vicar, who throws himself from a cliff. Then Jem goes to the cliff and rescues Mary. The Basotts and their 2 children offer Mary a position as a maid at their house, but Mary plans to return to her home in Helford and to the cottage and farm she left. On the day she begins her journey home, in the cold weather of January, she comes across Jem, leading a cart with all of his possessions, headed in the opposite direction. Jem kisses her and laughs as he tells her that kiss will have to last her for the rest of her life if she doesn't come with him. After some discussion, Mary decides to abandon her plans to return to Helford to go with Jem out of Cornwall. While charming, Jem is a thief and a man of ill repute. What if Mary did let that kiss last her? In the book, the other characters give the impression that Mary is a rather attractive woman. Wouldn't it be possible that she returned to her family farm, meet someone in her village to marry? Leading a quiet life and the great tales to tell her children and grandchildren of how she once was forced to partake in the wrecking of ships but was saved by a brave hero. That sounds like a happier ending than living by her wits with Jem. What do you think? Do you prefer this alternate ending or the original? We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this.